What's up everyone, Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well and let's get right into it. Alright, so for this video, I just kind of want to share some thoughts that I've had recently regarding Pokemon GO, mainly because I think for a lot of people who have been watching my videos consistently, they would notice that I've been very negative towards Pokemon GO as of late. And a big part of that is because of all of the pay to win and pay to play mechanics that Niantic has been implementing with their in-game events. And it seems like even for this upcoming December Community Day, even though I think it's a really good event, there is still a pay to play mechanic within it. And I do think that for the most part, Niantic is continuing to double down on this one controversial aspect of their game. Now, I don't necessarily want to talk about that in this video, mainly because I've talked ad nauseum about it over the past week's worth of videos, but today I want to talk about something which I feel like would be a huge quality of life improvement related to community days. And I'm specifically talking about the ability to remove frustration off of our shadow Pokemon before community day starts. Now, the reason why this would be such a huge quality of life update would be because there's plenty of shadow Pokemon that would actually gain the community day move if you were able to evolve it without frustration during community day. And this is something that I feel like a large subset of players have been asking for a very long time, but for the longest time it just seems like Niantic has never really addressed this. I mean, if you think about Pokemon that have had a community day, most of them gain much of their value from the community day move that you obtain when you evolve it. And when it comes to shadow Pokemon, the same thing can be said for most of these Pokemon. Like for example, if you have yourself a really good shadow Beldum and you've already removed frustration off of it, then this upcoming community day, it's going to be a high priority for you to evolve that Pokemon so that you can have a shadow Metagross with the community day move Meteor Mash. And that's what's going to make that Metagross one of the best steel type raid attackers in your collection. But if you do not have frustration removed from that Beldum, then you're essentially going to be out of luck with this upcoming community day. And eventually you're going to have to wait till there's a Team Go Rocket takeover event in which you could remove frustration off of that shadow Beldum, and then you might have to use an Elite Charge TM in order to get yourself a really good shadow Metagross with Meteor Mash. So yeah, if you were to ask me, I would honestly give players the option to remove frustration before any big community day, especially with this upcoming one, because there's going to be a lot of Pokemon that you could evolve and get yourself an exclusive move. But if you do not have frustration removed from any shadow versions of those Pokemon, then you're going to miss out on a really powerful Pokemon for raid battles and PvP. And I think this is something Niantic could definitely mitigate. If anything, they should always schedule some sort of Team Go Rocket takeover event just before a community day, but I do think this is also wishful thinking because Niantic has not been hiding the fact that they've been trying to monetize Pokemon GO in a much more aggressive way, and this is definitely going to be one of those methods where they could capitalize on people purchasing for Elite Charge TMs and Elite Fast TMs, because if they want to have a very powerful shadow Pokemon with community day moves, then they're gonna have to wait till a Team Go Rocket takeover event, and then they'll have to fork up some money in order to get Elite Charge TMs so that they could have that Pokemon with the right moves. I really do not like this, and it's definitely obvious that they are doing this, but I also feel like for a majority of Pokemon GO players, this is something that would just make the game experience just a whole lot better. If they were to give players the option to remove frustration before a community day, then I think those community days are always going to be a lot more popular. But yeah, that's really all I have to say regarding this whole thing. This really came about because I saw a Reddit post talking about this very issue recently, and I really do think this is something that most Pokemon GO players have experienced at one point or another. So I really hope Niantic could pay attention to this and maybe take it as a form of feedback, because I think the gameplay experience has always been very contentious when it comes to some of the things Niantic has done, and I think what they could do is mitigate a lot of those negative sentiments by actually improving the quality of life of the general players. Really, if I were to make one wish for the year 2025, it's that Niantic would start designing Pokemon GO in a way where it is for players rather than against them, because I feel like for the last couple of years, Niantic has been making a lot of decisions for Pokemon GO where they are almost at odds with what Pokemon GO players actually want. And I really do think that for something like this, it would produce a lot of really positive sentiments, and it would actually make Pokemon GO players a little bit more happy with the game and with Niantic. And yeah, these are just some of the things that I wish they were paying attention to a lot more, because they've been implementing a lot of different features that nobody is asking for, and when it comes to the features that are already in Pokemon Go, I just feel like Niantic is making things a lot more difficult as time passes, and I really do not understand why they are doing that, but ultimately it has made the Pokemon Go experience just a lot more negative over time. So I really hope Niantic course corrects in the year 2025, because when it comes to Pokemon Go, I really think any kind of positivity would go a long way at this point. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. I just want to share my thoughts regarding all of this, and really this all came about because of a Reddit post that I recently read talking about this very issue. But I would like to know what you were thinking down below. Is this something you would like to see, where you could remove frustration off of your shadow Pokemon right before a community day, or do you feel like the game is actually in a pretty good place? I want to know your reasons for thinking that, and yeah, let's have a great discussion in the comments. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.